What's up, everyone? Christian Duque, IronMegalabs.com. I'm holding my media pass here from the St. Louis Pro and NPC Midwest for a reason, because I want to talk about the blade Dexter Jackson, who guest posed here last night. And normally for the Iron Duque Speaks, I like to release them on a Saturday morning or a Friday afternoon, but I wanted to release this one as a recap to seeing Dexter backstage, talking to the blade, seeing him guest pose, interact with the audience, and of course his speech. Now, a lot of people don't know Dexter the way that I do, and the way that a lot of people that go to shows often, that see him often, that get to talk to him off the record do. I'm not gonna stand here and tell you that we're close friends, but when you see him in person and you see his mannerisms, you see his realness, it's a completely different Dexter Jackson that a lot of people know. A lot of people see the blade as being very stoic, statuesque, which he is, very serious sometimes, 9-time Arnold Classic Champion, 2008 Mr. Olympia, Hall of Fame inducted bodybuilder. They sometimes get starstruck and they don't know what to say. He is a very mellow, down-to-earth guy. He hinted at retirement yesterday, and that is what we're going to talk about here today. So yesterday Dexter got on stage, and of course, as he often does, he was saying that maybe the time has come for him to retire, you know? He's done 20 Olympias, over 80 shows, never placed outside of the top 10 in any of them, top 5 and I think 70 or 80 of them. And you know, at 50 years of age, a lot of people are shocked that Dexter's still around doing as well as he is. I mean, last year's Mr. Olympia got 7th place. You know, he concedes he was a little bit off, but 7th place, 50 years old, amongst the greatest in the world. I mean, that's insane. And so it really is an interesting situation, because the fans don't want Dexter to retire. Dexter represents, in a very real way, sort of the 90s, the 2000s, sort of like a different era of bodybuilding. Not to say that this era isn't a great one, but the blade is almost like a gatekeeper between various different generations. This is a guy who competed alongside Levrone and Wheeler and Ray and Yates. This is a guy that saw the beginning of the Ronnie Coleman era and the demise of it, the beginning of the Cutler era and the demise of it, the beginning of the Heath era and the demise of it. This is a guy that won a Sandow, that's won 5 Arnold Classics in America, 9 total worldwide. So, and this is a guy known as the Blade. Why do they call him the Blade? Well, they call him the Blade because of the fact that he never gets on stage looking like dog shit. I mean, let's just be honest, you know, a lot of bodybuilders over the years, you know, would come in without a line to be seen. They would almost look like they just woke up out of bed and just decided, hey, let me go make $5,000 and, walk around the stage and wave at a few people and leave. That's never been his MO. So the truth of the matter is that selfishly, we the fans don't want to see the blade go. We the fans would love to see him get his 10th Arnold Classic, be it in Columbus or Brazil or Australia or wherever it may be. I have to, of course, tip my hat to Jack and Antitone for bringing the blade out. You know, a lot of promoters don't do guest posers anymore. A lot of promoters put all the money in their pocket. There's nothing wrong with that, but kind of like how Dexter said on stage, if it were not for the fans, there would be no bodybuilding, there would be no stage, there would be no events, there would be no nothing. And so the fact that he said that when a lot of bodybuilders are totally oblivious to it, a lot of bodybuilders feel like they are doing the fans a favor, when in reality, it is because of the fans that the sport exists. And it takes someone like Mr. Olympia, 9-time Arnold Classic Champion Dexter Jackson, to point that out. He didn't say it on an interview. He didn't say it, you know, on an online radio TV show or in a blog post. He said it in front of thousands of people at the St. Louis Union Station Hotel, a packed house, might I add. So, rather selfishly, we don't want the blade to retire. We want him to qualify for the 2019 Mr. Olympia. We want him back in that top 5 where he belongs, and let the good times roll. It's Christian Duque, the Iron Duque Speaks.